Isla de las Muñecas is an uninhabited island in Xochimilco, Mexico, with a dark and haunting legacy which goes back to the 1950s. The small island has become notorious for its legacy, and for the hundreds of dolls of various styles and colors that are found hanging along the trees, originally placed by the former owner. Isla de las Muñecas once belonged to Don Julian Santana Barrera, who was the caretaker of the island. He maintained the island for years, growing vegetables and selling them in the markets nearby. Then one day, Julian began to hang dolls across his island, and he began preaching from the Bible to anyone who would stop and listen. According to the legend, a young girl drowned in the canal surrounding the island, and Julian was the one who found her, but was unable to save her life. Shortly thereafter, he saw a floating doll near the canals and, believing the doll belonged to the girl, he picked it up and hung it to a tree as a way of showing respect. Julian admitted that he felt he was being haunted by the drowned girl, and so he started hanging more dolls in an attempt to please her spirit. He soon realized the dolls themselves were possessed by the spirits of other dead girls, and he was driven to collect more dolls, hanging them over the entire island. Eventually, Julian transformed his island into a bizarre and horrifying wonderland. According to those close to him, it was as if the caretaker was driven by some unseen force that completely changed him. There is another version of the story that his family shared. In this tale, Julian saw 3 women swimming in the canals one evening, witnessing one of them drown. He could not get to her in time, a failure that weighed heavy on him for years to come. Having felt her presence on the island, he was afraid that the woman's spirit would continue to haunt the area unless he did something about it. Julian decided to collect old dolls that he would find from the rivers and canals. He strung up dozens of dolls that he thought would be scary enough to repel her spirit, which became his obsession. Over the years, other visitors began placing their own creepy dolls all around the island until there were hundreds of them. After 50 years of collecting dolls and decorating his island with them, in 2001, Julian suffered a heart attack and died. He was found almost in the same spot in which he had found the drowned girl along the river. Isla de las Muñecas is a 2-hour trip by boat through the canals, which is now being taken care of by Julian's nephew. Visitors to the island today say the dolls appear menacing, even in the bright light of midday, but in the dark, they are particularly disturbing. Some witnesses claim they have heard the dolls whispering to each other, while others on a boat near the island said they felt lured to come ashore. The locals are very certain that Isla de las Muñecas is a dark and charmed place. Even Julian's nephew confirms the haunted nature of the island and of the dark effigies which hang everywhere. He said that there are almost daily occurrences where items are moved or go missing entirely, even when he is there alone. He also shares that the nighttime is the most disturbing, with unnatural sounds coming from unseen sources all across the island. Lucky tourists may have the chance to visit the island if they find the right tour guides. There you will find dolls of every kind strung up along trees and fence posts. Their bodies are decaying, bleaching in the sun and covered in grime. Some of them are mangled and disfigured, having been hung in whatever ramshackle state Julian had found them in. Some locals claim that the dolls themselves have become like guardians to the island, and that they are not to be touched or disturbed in any way. Anytime that a traveler has come through and taken one of the dolls, they are reported to have mailed them back within a few weeks, claiming they had been suffering terrible luck, and that the frightening-looking doll was constantly haunting them in their dreams. For more videos about the paranormal and the unexplained, please like and subscribe to the Oddities Observed channel.